Hey there retro games fans, this is Andy C from Pieces of 8-Bit. I promised you I would do a LEGO review. I've been promising it for a little while, so here it is. This is my next LEGO review. This is based on retro gaming, as it happens. This is the Atari VCS or Atari 2600, some of you may be more familiar with. A console which came out in 1977, so the same year as Star Wars. And this is a fantastic build. It comes with over 2,500 pieces. Set number 10306 is the set number if you're looking to go buy it. It is still available on the LEGO store. So a little bit of history then, as I mentioned, in 1977 this came out as the, not the LEGO set of course, the console came out as one of the first cartridge-based consoles. I think it was the second. It kind of took the world by storm really. It was in the days when you got two controllers and you also got two paddles. It was very much a kind of link up type system that you could play with your friends. It came with Combat as one of the launch titles and later Pac-Man. And it is just an absolute icon. It's famous for its wood panelling effect front to match all of your televisions and other bits of equipment that you would have had in the day. Yeah, it was a great thing. It came out, as I mentioned, as the VCS in 1977. It was rebranded to the Atari 2600 in 1980. The version that the LEGO one's building, I think, is probably going to be the sort of pre-Atari 2600 version, but I think not quite the first one. The first one came with 6 switches on the top. This comes with 4. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get stuck into the build. There are a couple of little secrets, one with the build itself and one thing that I've added post-build, which I'll talk to you about in the review. So let's go have a look at this fantastic LEGO Atari 2600. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice is the fantastic instruction manual that comes with this LEGO set. As you can see, obviously this is what you're going to get on the front here. What's lovely about some of these older retro styled LEGO sets is that you get quite a bit of information inside about the thing that it's based on. So if we open this up, we've got some fantastic detail here about Atari, some of the original sort of like adverts, a little bit about some of the games that they're sort of focused on here. So it's really lovely. Some of this beautiful 1970s, 80s artwork is just really fantastic. I love the retro theming on this. So, and you can see here, obviously, about, as it says here, building an icon, and you've got all the ports and everything else on the back. There were different variants of the of this particular console, yeah, even the LEGO attention to detail here with all the different controllers, absolutely fantastic. And a little bit about the design team as well, and information about that. So that's the instruction manual. Obviously the rest of it is the instructions for the actual console itself, of which there are many pages, so it is quite a long build, but yeah, really lovely instruction manual. So the next thing that you notice is all of the extra little bits and pieces that you get with this LEGO set. It really is very good for this. So what they've done is they've based it on 3 of the most iconic Atari games from the time. So we've got Centipede, Asteroids and Adventure. And there are little sort of dioramas that come with it as well. They're just really lovely little things to build. They take a couple of minutes each to build. So there's your Centipede one there, and this is the Asteroids one there, which is just absolutely fantastic. You can see just mid explosion for an asteroid there. So these are really good. What I love about this is you build the little cartridges yourself. They come with obviously the artwork on the box, and they actually do insert into the Atari as well, which I'll show you in a moment. So that's your Centipede one, then you've got your Asteroids one there, and you've got, we'll try and get that back in there, and you've got your Adventure one there as well, which is just really lovely. So these are just sort of like the little extras that you get. The cartridges do take a little while to build, mainly because you just got to get the stickers absolutely right, otherwise they don't look right. So they do actually take surprising amount of time to build. The little dioramas a little bit quicker, but again, I love the attention to detail that just comes with these sort of 18 plus Lego sets. They're just really, really, really good. Okay, so let's have a look at the console itself. Okay, so this is the unit. This is the Atari 2600 or video computer system, depending on which era you bought it from. This one is the self-style VCS. This is just lovely in terms of attention to detail. So you've got the different buttons which you can move, your power button, your color, whether your color or black or white, your game select. So that would usually be if you've got a cartridge with multiple games on it, and obviously your reset button there, all of which move. There's little sort of elastic bands and things in there that you set up. Then obviously you've got the joystick itself, which you can move around. It's quite delicate. If there's one thing that I do find quite frustrating, you see where this is attached at the back here. This is so delicate. It just comes off with no effort at all. So when you're moving it around, it does tend to come apart. One of the other things that I find extremely frustrating about this build, it is very, very delicate, as I mentioned, and if you move it around, these side panels, which are a real faff to actually get on post-build, if they come off, they do come off really easily, and if they come off, you sort of have to kind of lift bits up to get them back on. They're at sort of slightly jaunty angle here, and in fact you can see this one's actually come off slightly. It's come off when I moved it to this video, and it is an absolute nightmare to get it back on. This does come with a couple of little secret features which are quite fun. So you can open it up, and you've got this little scene. I'm just trying to do this without breaking it. Oh, there you go. The side piece come off already. Look, it's terrible. If you put any pressure on it at all, it will come off. I'm hoping it's just going to stay on there. It doesn't. So this is very much a model that needs to just kind of stay on a shelf. Really, it's not one to play with. You can see we've got this fantastic little scene here of kind of a late 70s, early 80s bedroom with like his little monitor here, and the guy's got a little can of Coke and he's playing his games, some little posters, even a little cat there, old-fashioned telephone. It's really fabulous. I even love this little VHS cassette and some little Lego minifigs of his own in there as well. So that's a really lovely attention to detail. I also love the way that Lego have done the wood paneling effect. For those of you who know this console will know that it had like a sort of faux wood panel on the front there to fit in with the style of televisions and whatever in the sort of late 70s and early 80s. So really, really fantastic little bit of kit. Like I said, my main criticism really is that it is very delicate. It's very, very easy to break. Let's go ahead and turn it around. So what I'm going to do is just go and unplug this joystick just so I don't break it. So let's just move that out of the way there. If we turn the machine around, and this is the other little secret. So you can see all the ports along the back here. So you've got your joystick ports there, and your power connector at the bottom left there. And you'll notice something here. So this is my little addition to the Lego set. So basically what I've done is I've bought a Raspberry Pi Zero. They're quite an inexpensive little piece of equipment. I'm not going to take it all apart to show you, but basically it sits in a little sort of heatsink case in there, and you can see we've got little mini HDMI out and a couple of USB sticks in there, little USB ports, sorry. And what I've got on there are some Atari 2600 games and an Atari emulator. So this is actually, for all intents and purposes, a working Atari 2600 system. So really, really good fun. Quite easy to build this in here. As you can see, it's just fitted under. I've just removed some bricks. There's a few little supports inside that help to sort of prop it up with some other Lego. And then yeah, that's a working Atari emulator in there. So I can actually plug that in and play. It means I don't need to go out and find a real 1970s Atari emulator. So yeah, that is the Atari main console itself. I will show you how I've got this working. So it's based on RetroPie with, and I bought a joystick as well, which I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, so that is it. That is the 2600 as a Lego build. If we just bring all the other pieces in now, so we've got the, let's just try and find so we can get them all on the camera there. So we've got little dioramas. Let's get them the right way around. Where is it? So there's the front. And where's our asteroids one? It's over here. There we go. Where can we pop that one? Just get that in front of shot there. And there's our joystick, and also, let's see if we can get that there. Yeah, we go. Yeah, so that's all in shot. So that is it. That is the Atari 2600 Lego build, or video computer system build, with this wonderful, beautiful instruction set as well that comes with it, with all the detail in there. So if you're a retro game fan, and I would hope to think that if you are and if you're watching this video, that they will be, this is a set to absolutely go out and find. It is a fantastic build. It takes a long time to build, and as I mentioned, very delicate, but great fun, and it looks fantastic. Oh, I said I put one of these cartridges in the slot as well. So these actually are designed to fit, so it will fit. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna break it, but they do fit in there as well. So you can see that there. I've loaded up Centipede. So yeah, that is my VCS Lego build. Okay, so this is our RetroPie setup, and this is running on the little RetroPie that I showed you when I was showing you around the Lego build earlier. It's just a tiny little Pi Zero, relatively inexpensive, as I mentioned, computer, and the RetroPie install, which is very easy to set up and something I will do a video on in the not too distant future now. I've put some games on there, some game ROMs to go and have a look at. So we've got a 5200, a 7800, 800 console setup. Obviously you can set up Mega Drives and SNESes and all sorts of things on RetroPie, but for the purposes of this particular Lego build, I've just put the Atari ones on there. I've managed to source a USB style Atari style joystick, much like the original, equally difficult to play on like the original. So let's just have a look in here. Let's just see if we can get a game going, shall we? So let's go for Centipede. You'll notice down here you've got AET, the extraterrestrial. Just a little bit of a history lesson for you. It is infamous, so many of you probably are aware of ET, but ET was a game that was rushed out to release for the movie in 1982, and is largely considered to be one of the many reasons why there was a huge game crash in the early 80s, especially in the US. ET was a terrible game. It was unplayable. Nobody knew what you were meant to do. It was so awful, and Atari had produced a huge load of cartridges which weren't sold, along with a bunch of other stuff, and they were buried in landfill, and it was the stuff of legend actually for quite a few years. People actually sort of started to believe that it hadn't actually happened until they found them, and they found in a landfill all these old ET cartridges that had just been thrown away. Really terrible. I've actually tried to play the game, and you try and look at it through sort of sympathetic eyes. To be fair to the developer, they had very little time to produce the game, so it really was somewhat of a disaster. Okay, so let's have a look at one of these games, just so you can see that I'm not making it up. Okay, so we have got Centipede loaded. This is a great one actually. It's nice and colourful, and you can see I'm not going to go through the gameplay, and it's unlikely that I'm going to review this game. Maybe one day I will. My videos don't go back to as far as the 1970s. Well, I think this was actually early 80s, to be honest, but you get the idea from the demo there of what's going on. Should we have a quick go? Yeah, let's have a quick go. The joystick is, by modern standards, the joystick is absolutely horrible. Oh god, that was for those of you who are fans of, how am I supposed to do that? Oh, I can move upwards. Great. Okay. This is difficult. Yes, I've got the spider thing. What do I have to do with these things? These are... Right. There we go. So there you go. You get the idea. I am going to finish this now before I embarrass myself any further. So let's go and have a think about the... let's go and wrap up on this Lego build and see what you think. See what I think. So there you go, that was my Lego review with my little addition there of the Raspberry Pi Zero with the 2600 emulator on it. Obviously the main purpose of this review was to talk through the Lego and as I've already discussed, this is a fantastic Lego set. It takes a long time to build, 2,500 bricks, lots of stickers, but really great. A little bit delicate. Only criticism, and it is quite a pricey set. I think it's currently retailing for over £200, so obviously there are far more expensive sets than that, but this is particularly pricey, but it has a lovely attention to detail and it is a great fun build, and I love the little sort of gaming scene when you open it up at the front. In terms of would I recommend you buy it? Yeah, I mean, if you love your Lego and you want something Lego related to sit on your shelf, then absolutely, it isn't a toy. Despite it being Lego, many of the Lego reviews that I'll do are like that. The Millennium Falcon review, which I did before, very much is a toy. That is really good, and that is designed for kids, but this one is an 18+ one, and that's not because it's dangerous in any way, of course, but it is one of those ones that's quite tricky to build, and it is too delicate really to be a toy, but it looks lovely on a shelf, especially in a room like I have, which is full of other retro consoles, and you know, that for me will do as my Atari VCS or 2600. I'm not going to go out and buy one of those. Not least because having put the emulator in there with a few of the games on it, I haven't actually played it very much since I actually set it up, and obviously the demo that you just saw there, those kind of games really, you know, there's just so much better now, but obviously at the time incredibly novel. If you are interested in doing that, I will put some links in there. You can buy a Pi Zero from all over the place. That's actually an older generation one that I have in there going spare. My newer one actually lives in what's called a GPI case, which is sort of like a little Nintendo Game Boy looking case. I upgraded that and took the original Pi Zero. If you can find an original Pi Zero, more than capable of running Atari 2600 games if that's what you want to do. You can of course use it to emulate whatever you like. You could go and buy the Nintendo the NES Lego set and put an NES emulator on it if you wanted to, or whatever you like. That works perfectly fine. Incidentally, I have got the NES emulator running very nicely on the Pi 2 Zero and on this one in the past. One other thing as well, of course, is that you will need a joypad. This is the joystick which I acquired for this. This actually is called the Atari Vault Bundle. Unfortunately, they don't make it anymore, which is a real shame, but this came with actually 100 Atari games on it already preloaded. And I think you can plug it either into the TV or into your computer. I genuinely can't remember, but I think I paid about £15 for this. You can still find them on eBay. Have a look around. There are other alternatives. The issue, of course, is that this is a USB one, so I've got a little USB mini to go and you'll need a little adapter for USB-A to USB micro to plug it into the back of the Raspberry Pi Zero. Yeah, they're obviously very easy to find. Finding Atari joystick with USB is somewhat of a trick, but well worth doing it. And it is, if you've ever played on the original Atari, you'll know that the controllers by modern standards are pretty dire. You know, there's not a lot of movement in the joystick, the buttons are in a kind of awkward place. And this is no different. It's very authentic. It's absolutely hopeless as a joystick by modern standards. But for the games that you're sort of going to be playing on it, then it's pretty good. And if you can, obviously, you've got access to those 100 odd games on there as well, like fully licensed. So that's kind of fun. Let's leave it there then. So definitely recommend going out and buying that Lego set. Definitely recommend going and finding the Raspberry Pi Zero and putting an emulator on there and building yourself an actual working console out of Lego if you so wish. But yeah, fantastic, fun to do. Go check it out. that's all from me this week. As always, thank you very much for your support. If you enjoy these videos, please do, as I always ask, like and subscribe. Next time round we will be going back and doing another game review, and then shortly after that, in the next sort of few weeks or so, I will be looking to do a Raspberry Pi setup video to help you all get into RetroPie gaming. It means you don't have to go out and buy loads of consoles, and if you've got the games already knocking around from consoles that you had in the past, then this will be the video for you to get you back up and running, playing relatively inexpensively some retro games, and a much better option than the 30,000 game emulator things that you buy from Temu or Wish, which are just really not great. So stick with me for that, stick with me for another game review, and go please check out some of my other videos. Otherwise, until then, I'll see you around. Have a great one. Take care. Bye for now.